everyone, it is Vitsu here. Today we will have a look on this beautiful B-style bunny suit Tokisaki Kurumi from Freeing. And probably, as you can already tell, this lady is a bootleg. Yeah, as always on my channel, we will have another bootleg review figure. Okay, so let's get started here. This beautiful lady looks quite deceiving. She almost looks like the real one, but unfortunately, it is only a perfect disguise. She is a bootleg. Okay, so how can you tell that this version, this lady is a bootleg? It is not the real deal. Okay, so let me go through a few things that I have noticed here. So definitely, first one would be the bunny ears. Probably the easiest one to spot on, because you cannot remove them. Yeah, in the original one apparently you need to put them on, and here they are there, they stay there, and that is it, really. So this is the first sign that she is not the real one, and probably the easiest one to check. Okay, so then the next one would be the stand. As you notice, she has a acrylic stand over there that supports her, and she wouldn't really fall. So if you take that off, actually she still stands, but she wobbles a bit, like with the original figure apparently. But here the stand is a little bit less, I would say, transparent. It is kind of yellowish. Yeah, unfortunately that is just the color of the stand, and you cannot really remove it or wash it off or anything. So I would count it actually as one of the disadvantages here with this figure. Okay, so let's move to the next point over there. Okay, I would say that the next point can be her hair actually, and I would here mention the back of it. It looks pretty made here, but the original version has better hair quality, if I can name it like that. So the hair is simply more made, less shiny in that kind of sense. The same goes to the bunny ears and also the bunny suit. Here it looks pretty decent, I must say, for a fake figure, a bootleg figure. But as you can spot it, she has certain type of gray, shiny something. Yeah, so apparently the suit is not fully glossy. It has some kind of hints of gray, which, I mean, overall it doesn't look really that bad, but it is quite noticeable when you compare it to the original one. Normally you wouldn't actually see it, you wouldn't count it as a disadvantage. The same goes to her shoes. Many bootlegs have not so glossy shoes, so they just stay kind of like matte, or there is nothing to them really, and this one actually has some kind of the same spray gray substance, something like that, covered. She's covered in that, so her whole suit, which stays kind of consistent with the rest of the figure, which is kind of lovely. Okay, the next part, let's take a look here on her collar. Okay, first you probably see that the skin tone is a little bit strange when you compare her head and also her back, but the next main issue that you can see is that it was joined here. Probably it's not something you will notice first in the photos, it's kind of hidden, but you can notice the collar. Okay, so what's wrong with it? Actually, it has no shading or whatsoever. The same goes to these pieces, also no shading, nothing. They just stayed as grey, greyish. It's not even white. I think so that the original one has them more white with certain shading and hints of grey. So this is also something you need to look for. Next one, you can see that many of her parts are not really consistent, if I can name it so. So they are not joined well. So as I mentioned here, you can see that something really is happening, that the neck is not really connected with the rest of the body. The same goes to the hand here, to the arm in fact. Also you can see that the hair is a little bit chunky. Yeah, it has some kind of like chunky, I don't know, paint pieces. So also it shows the quality of that figure. It is not bad. I mean, if you put her somewhere, you display her in a shelf, you tend to not notice that. But if you really compare her, if you really look for certain flaws, you will see it definitely. I must say that the body she has, it was well made for a bootleg one. She stays in the same pose as the original one. So that's actually really, really great. Okay, so let's move one more time to the front. So as I mentioned, you can see that she's a bootleg also from the front, because if you move closer to her face, when you look at her, it doesn't look really that bad. Like something seems off, but it's not really that terrible. Though because the eyes are kind of well printed, especially for a bootleg figure, they look very similar as in the original one. But the lips, yeah. The lips here are something that I notice only when I watch a couple of videos of the original one, of the original unboxings. Why are they pink? Red, pink, and that kind of shade. No one knows why. But the original one has them with no paint, with no lip gloss, with no lipstick, nothing. They just are plain. And they don't really contrast with the rest of the body. Here we have that kind of contrast. We can see that she's smiling. So well, also you can have a better look on the bunny suit, that it is in fact a little bit more shiny than expected, especially with bootlegs. Though the original one has it shinier, and it simply has that kind of quality. So you look at it and you're like, wow. With this one, yeah, also like it looks good, but it's not perfect. Like something is off. When you have many original figures, then you notice that something is not really all right with her. Okay, next part. I mean, the tights look pretty okay. I wouldn't really complain about this part. The shading in, let's say, her body, there is no shading. You can see that her skin is sometimes kind of shiny. The original one is kept more matte for a good reason. It looks more fancy and it looks simply better. It doesn't look so cheap. Okay, next one. Probably as with many bootlegs, you have no instruction or whatsoever. This one also was with no instruction. You just put it and that's it. She's just like one piece plus the stand, and that's really it. With original figures, you always get the instruction. Yeah. Maybe it sounds insignificant at first, but then you know she is real if she has the instruction. I have never seen a bootleg figure in my life with an instruction to it. Like, you just need to figure it out somehow. And that's your job. The same goes to the boxes, though now it's changing. Now many bootlegs have deceiving boxes. But I wouldn't really count the box as something you can base on. Really. It's easier to say from the figure than from the box. So probably we won't cover that in the channel. I may show you some boxes that look exactly the same. But I wouldn't really look for that, to be honest. Overall, she's great. If you want to buy her, you can probably find her on AliExpress and many other sites. Sometimes people just sell her and they claim that it is a bootleg. She wasn't really expensive if you compare obviously the price to the original one. But she has many flaws, so you know, if you pay less, you also get less. It is not a bad replica, though she was made quite well. So it's for you to judge whether you want to have this lady in your collection. Obviously here I suggest buying the original one, since it's just better. Definitely. But this one, it is not a bad bootleg. Really. Okay, so that actually would be all. Yeah, I think so that would be all. I mentioned all of the points that I wanted to talk about. So let me know what you think actually about this figure. Would you get her? Would you buy her? Maybe you have the original one. Maybe you also spotted something that I really haven't mentioned here. So let me know in the comments. Okay, so thank you for today and also see you in the next video. Bye!